Hey everyone, how's it going? Heather here. Today I want to talk with you a little bit about my 5 steps to creating a successful self-care routine. What I found often with the people that I work with is one of the number one downfalls is that there's not a nourishing self-care healing routine set up in their lives to help support the healing goals that they want to attain. And most people put their jobs first. So they structure their lives around their jobs. And really, one of my main goals when I work with people is not to tell them to quit their job per se, but is how do we add in the healing piece? How can you structure your life around your health? And so this Tuesday I'm going to be teaching a class all about how to create a successful self-care daily routine that you can stick to, because there's so much information out there, there's so much misinformation out there, there's so much bad, poorly done science and poorly done studies out there, and we base our healing self-care routines on this information. And so oftentimes we'll get a suggestion from this person, we'll get a suggestion from that person, we'll get 17 suggestions from Google, we'll get 13 suggestions from Yahoo, and we'll read an article and get 5 other suggestions, and then it's like, oh my gosh, total overload, what do I do? And then we start to add in a little bits and pieces of all these things, and while they may be really good things for some people, oftentimes the conglomeration doesn't actually support your healing goals and healing process, and it becomes messy, it's sloppy, there's not a lot of structure, there's just a little bit piece by piece of a little bit of this and a little bit of that actually isn't super supportive to the healing process. So today I want to go over 5 key elements that I've found that are really important to consider when you're setting up your self-care routine, that are key to helping you achieve success with your health, with your daily self-care routines, that help you to stick with it, help you to stay motivated, help to prevent you from going off of the bandwagon and back into negative or downward spiraling health decisions that often happen when we get frustrated with our health and how it's going. And we can Google all these things, eat flax seeds, drink a green drink, take this supplement, and we can do those things and not find any real support and improvement with those things. And so we just tend to okay, forget it, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to go back to doing my same old thing, and then we start to take backward steps. So for those of you interested, you can join my class on Tuesday. It's free, it's going to be live stream. All you have to do is go to the ketocancersolution.com, go to the free classes tab, and you can sign up there for free, and then you can join the class where these 5 bullet points that I'm going to go over with you here briefly today, I'm going to get more in depth during the class. So let's talk about those 5 things, and you can start to take those into consideration right now and start to ponder, hey, yeah, that's me, I do that, and actually maybe I do need some help around how to create a really nourishing structure around my health and healing process. So number 1, the first thing that really needs to be addressed is your mindset. So what's your mindset towards your healing process? Do you have a mindset pattern of, oh, I'm not good enough to achieve this, I can't achieve health because only people who have a lot of money can do that, I can't afford to heal, so I should just try these really, weird, random things because I don't know what to do and I can't afford anything, or I'm not good enough, I always try healing and then I always fail, and then I always go back to stage 1, and then I have to start all over from the beginning, and I'm so frustrated and tired of that. So we create a story. We create a story of our healing process, and then we don't change that story. That story becomes our everyday pattern when we approach our healing. Okay, I'm going to do this today, but I know tomorrow I probably am not going to do it because I'm just not good at sticking with things. When really, all you have to do is change your mindset and learn how and know how to change that mindset, which is what I really work with people on when I do one-on-one work with them is, okay, how do you change your mindset to get out of this negative pattern that's keeping you stuck and preventing you from really sticking with a nourishing self-care routine. And this mindset is keeping you from making forward movement that you really desire with your health. Number 2 is clarity of your path. So what does this mean? This actually means a few different things. So first of all, we tend to Google things, okay? We look at studies that, and we assume they're accurate, and so we start to do things based on a study we read. We start to do things based on an article someone sent us. We start to do things based on the suggestions of maybe a doctor gave us, or a practitioner gave us, or a friend gave us. When really, before you make decisions about what to add to your healing plan, how to structure it, we really need to take a deep look at what's actually going on with you. Now, even if you have cancer and this other person who also has or had cancer gives you this suggestion to do, it doesn't mean it's the best suggestion for you. Even if it worked for them, they have a totally different body. They have a totally different reason why they got cancer. Everyone gets cancer for a unique reason. It impacts people's bodies in different ways. So even if you have breast cancer and your friend had breast cancer, maybe your sister even had breast cancer, it doesn't necessarily mean what they did and what was successful for them is going to be successful for you. And this is why I don't suggest people to go to sites where individuals who have had success with cancer and they teach you how to do their program. What the heck? You're not them. You need to find your own individual way that works for you, that addresses why you got the condition you're experiencing. If you have cancer, you could have gotten it from, maybe you have an overload of Epstein-Barr virus. Maybe you had an experience with mold and you have mold stuck in your immune system in your body. Maybe you had multiple rounds of strep throat and antibiotics as a kid, and those things are stuck in your body. Maybe you work on a computer all day and you have non-native EMFs coming at you, and this is your key cause of cancer. These are the things we need to look at to help determine your clarity of path, the clarity of the healing path you need to take to support you. And this is something that most people, even practitioners, they tend to ignore, and they tend to just give people pretty much the same basic things to focus on. Now, while there are some similarities that all people need, like for example, all plants need sunlight, all humans need sunlight. Okay, we need sunlight to thrive and be healthy. That's one recommendation that we can say across the board. Now, depending on your health condition actually depends on what sunlight spectrum is best for you. How much vitamin D spectrum do you need? How much in the morning spectrum do you need? How much UVA spectrum do you need? So individualized. Okay, so clarity of path basically means what's the best way for you. Even if it worked for Deborah, even if it worked for Susan, even if it worked for John, it doesn't mean it's your way. Okay, so the next thing is environment. This is something that we really need to take into consideration, is the environment you're surrounded with. This is going to determine how you heal. So a lot of people look at their diet, and they can be eating the best diet in the world, sitting under fluorescent lights or fake lights, and they're going to be depleting their mitochondria and melatonin levels. So we need to take a look at the environment you're in and create a healing structure, a self-care routine around an environment that's nourishing. Number 4 is detox pathways. So this is a hot topic. Everybody wants to know how to detox. Everybody Googles things. Best ways to detox, best protocols to detox. This kind of goes back to clarity of path, because say you Google liver detox and you come up with the liver cayenne cleanse, you come up with the herb milk thistle, you come up for dandelion root, you come up for herbal infusions. Okay, you get all of these things. But what's the best route for you? It depends on, your body, your health history, and what are your detox pathways like, okay? Do you have the MTHFR? Okay, what are steps we need to take to actually remove that pattern from being there. So a big way we do this is by addressing your environment, addressing the detox pathways that are actually clogged up in you. Why are they sluggish? Why aren't they functioning properly? What have you come into contact with that maybe someone else didn't, that could be causing you to be a poor detoxer, a poor methylator. One of the main causes actually of poor methylation, poor detoxification, is a poor light environment. So environment is key, and it also, all of these things play into how good of a detoxer you're going to be. Number 5 is movement and sleep. So we all know that we need really good quality sleep in order to heal. Okay, most people go to a supplement or a pill or medication to help their sleep. We're not getting to the root of it. The root is in what's your environment like. Really, we go back to what's your environment like. It's going to really say a lot about what your sleep quality is like, and it's going to support your sleep. So you can see here that environment is key, because you cannot heal in the environment that you got sick in. So just like I said, if you're eating the best keto diet in the world and you're sitting under fake light, you're not going to be doing your mitochondria, your melatonin levels, your electron chain transport. You're not going to be doing that very much service at all, very much support, okay? So we need to look at, okay, why is your sleep poor? How can we improve it? It really often goes back to environment, and it goes back to your own getting into that clarity of path, okay? Why are you personally experiencing sleep disturbances? And then movement. We can Google this thing. We can, look at, okay, what are some ways, the best workouts? People get into really things like CrossFit. Hey, if someone has cancer, the last thing I want them to do is CrossFit, because that's extremely depleting. And if somebody has a really advanced mitochondrial disease, I don't want them working their muscles intensely, because your mitochondria will flood to your muscles. I want your mitochondria to flood to your brain, to flood to your heart, to flood to areas that need healing. I want them to go into healing the electron transport chain. When you're working out in a really intense way and you have a mitochondrial disease, this just cannot be achieved. You're not going to be fueling your mitochondria in healthy ways. So we need to address these things in ways that actually address your personal needs. And so I'll get into this a little bit more during the class, and I invite you all to sign up over at theketocancersolution.com. Go to the free classes tab and you can sign up right there for free. And Tuesday, August 13th, I'll be doing the class that afternoon. And if you can't make it, you can sign up and I'll send you the replay after the class as well. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you found this helpful. I hope this brings a little bit more clarity as to how you can create a structure, and if the structure you have in place is actually supporting your goals, is actually set up for success, or is it just kind of this mishmash of things that you've Googled and that all these different people have said, but that actually doesn't really align with your goals and your unique needs. Okay, see you all Tuesday.